Hello everyone, it's me, Travis of Giggles and Bits, and I really didn't want to talk about this movie, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, cause why not? Thor Love and Thunder suffers nearly 70% drop in its second week at the box office. That's following in line with movies like Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, aka Mom, which is a Scarlet Witch story. From what I understand, Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't necessarily a bait and switch in the way that you know Jane Foster wasn't taking over as Thor and replacing him outright, but Thor is completely inept for the most part throughout the entire film. I do not enjoy this trend of taking established characters like Thor, Doctor Strange, Loki, Hawkeye, and every single one of these properties, they deconstruct those characters and make them clueless dumbasses or inept heroes. And it's unfortunate in many ways because they have to denigrate and tear down these characters because they are incapable of writing new characters, new stars that rise up to the level of these heroes. So instead of having the new characters rise to the feats and the status that established characters have gotten to, they want to lower the bar so that their poorly developed characters can stand out in some way, shape, or form. And it's very unfortunate. And honestly, I mean, I saw Spider Man No Way Home reluctantly because I tired of Marvel. I'm tired of these movies. I'm tired of Disney, most importantly, because the Disney charm is not there. The things that we liked about Disney films just isn't there. The charm, the great storytelling, the human connection, all of that's gone and missing from Disney films. Even Lightyear. And Lightyear came out and nobody wanted to see that because nobody was asking for a Lightyear film. The audience wasn't hungry for that because these were toys and the toys did their purpose in servicing the story of Toy Story. Now, to provide us with an origin story for what inspired the toy or what inspired Andy to take up the toy, they, instead of going to source material that was already established through Disney television back in the day, they scrapped all of those ideas and decided to make a completely different story and remove some of the more interesting elements to try and tell some boring ass narrative. And I don't know because I'm never going to see that movie. It wasn't because Tim Allen wasn't in it. If Tim Allen had been in that movie, I might have been a little more inclined to look into Lightyear to see if it would have been something that my wife and I would have enjoyed. And then you look at other Disney properties, the freaking Marvel universe, and then the Star Wars stuff that's been coming out. Disney has been not even half-assing to say or claim that Disney is half-assing these properties would give them too much credit. I don't think that they're even wearing lowriders to give us just a little bit of the top of the plumber's crack. I don't think they're putting that much effort into these films. I think they're just pumping shit out, which is really fucking unfortunate because there's a lot of really awesome things that's being done, but it's being wasted on this property because the shit that's supposed to carry these stories, that's supposed to engage us, is absolute trash, and that starts with the writing. It starts with the storyboard groups. It starts with these fucking people who have decided that they're going to give up on telling good character stories. We're no longer going to be diving into these characters. There's nothing to explore. They're just, they're vapid dumbasses. Thor keeps forgetting who he is, so he has to figure out what he is. At this point, they've had Thor find himself more times than Goku has learned what Saiyan pride really means. It's all a fucking joke. And not a funny joke. But it's like they hired a bunch of fucking morons to write this shit. And Thor is such an amazing character, very powerful, can be funny. There are quips in there, but what Taika Waititi has done, what Disney has done to Thor, is shameful. They've shit all over these characters, these Marvel characters. They're trying to take what was failing in the comic book industry and apply it to movies, thinking that it's going to be different and they're going to reach a. It's like they think that by taking the crap that failed in the comic books, that's destroying the comic book industry, and putting it into films, that it's going to reach a wider audience and people are going to enjoy it. But more and more people are rejecting it. And we're seeing that with each new Marvel film that comes out. 68% drop off. We've been seeing that drop off pretty much on every single Marvel film. Notable exception is Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, I think that still was like a 60% drop off, but then it kept going up. It didn't really drop off any more than that. But Black Widow, The Eternals, Doctor Strange, and now Thor can count themselves among those films that have completely dropped off. And am I going to pay money, additional money, to go and see this on top of popcorn, drinks? I mean, my wife's pregnant. She's going to be thirsty. I'm going to have to get a drink. And I'm going to have to get something to snack, or she will start eating people. That's the danger of living with a pregnant woman. They will consume whatever they need because they're growing another person. Entertainment for the most part is horrible, and it's one of the reasons why I've started getting back into books and reading those, watching older films, watching older TV series. My wife and I did start watching The Terminal List, and it's been really, really good. I think we're like 4 episodes in. I think there's a few more episodes after this, but it's been really, really good. It's engaging and it's interesting enough that I'm actually pulled into the story and I want to understand and watch this. Man, this shit is all garbage. Like I said, I didn't really want to talk about fucking Thor, and this ended up being like a huge rant about a whole bunch of crap. It was really, really exciting for those 10 years that we were getting those Marvel films, watching these comics come to life and just seeing not the best films, but seeing competent films being made that honored the legacy of Marvel. And then to see this phase bore come along and if they were introducing a bunch of badass female characters, that would be awesome, but they can't get past their own ideology to write and deliver a competent film anymore. It's all bloated CGI garbage. Anyways, if you guys like my video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share. Adios, and enjoy.